S1 equal to null. String S2 equal to null. See, string S1 equal to null, string S2 equal to null. Here, what is this null? What is this null? String literal. This null is object literal. It is string literal. It is object literal. Every string literal itself an object of string class. So in this line object is there or not? In this line object is there or not? Yes. In this line no object. Here every string literal itself an object of string class. So this null is object. This null is not object. Okay. Here object created, that object hash code stored in S1. Here object is not created, in the place of hash code null will be stored. Okay. What is the difference between equals operator and equals method? Equals method compares the content of string object, whereas equals operator compares the hash code. That is, remember, don't forget whatever I taught yesterday. This is required for session tracking. Now, next concept, session tracking. Session tracking. Session tracking. See, before going to this one, I'll ask some questions, give me answer. Suppose here server, these are clients. N number of clients can communicate with server, and database. Server and database already connected. Clients are communicating with server. I'll ask some questions, give me answer. First, I'll send the request to Gmail application. Okay, I'll send the request to Gmail application. You will get one HTML page. In that HTML page, you need to enter a username, password. You have to click on submit button. Like username AAA, some password you entered, you clicked on submit button. Then your username, password received by server. Server will communicate with database to check in the database whether exist or not. If exist, mailbox loaded, the mails displayed here. Here mails displayed. Mails displayed. Left side some hyperlinks displayed. Left side some hyperlinks displayed. Spam, trash, logout, some hyperlinks displayed. Here spam is a hyperlink, trash is a hyperlink, logout is a hyperlink, like that displayed. Here also one person, he'll enter a username BBB, some password, username, password received by server. Server will communicate with database and it will check the username, password exists or not. If exists, that mailbox comes to browser. Mails displayed. List of mails displayed. Here also same hyperlinks, spam, trash, logout, some hyperlinks displayed. Spam hyperlink, trash hyperlink, logout hyperlink. Here, one person will enter username CCC, password, some password received by server, communicates with database. Here also, mailbox displayed, inbox displayed. Left side, some hyperlinks also displayed. Spam, trash, logout. Like this displayed. Now, this is whose inbox? AAA user inbox. This is whose inbox? BBB user inbox. This is CCC. AAA, BBB, CCC. Okay, like this. Now, what he will do? Just he will click on spam hyperlink. He will click on spam hyperlink. Again, request password to server. Server will communicate with database. It will bring the spam box. Okay. Whose spam box comes? BBB or AAA or CCC? BBB. But how server knows this is clicked by BBB? Got your point? You are clicking only. Are you typing username password again and again? No. Very first time only you are typing username password. Very first time only you'll write username and password. But how server knows this is clicked by BBB user? What will happen? Forward is there, works. Okay. Next. Any other? Now, what is given answer is there will be forward with that hyperlink. Forward will be there, is saying. If we click hyperlink, Sowlet URL pattern called. Next is Sowlet called. Next is Sowlet executed. But forward means automatically forwarded. But either you are clicking, no. You are clicking, then request password. It is not forward, it is not include, it is not redirect. HTML hyperlink this is. Next. How it knows? First, my question is clear. Now, very first time, you will enter a username, password, AAA username, password he entered, AAA inbox came. Here BBB inbox came. Here CCC inbox came. But just you are going to click spam hyperlink. Then automatically BBB spam box comes. How server knows this is clicked by BBB user? How server knows this is clicked by BBB user? Now, if forward is there, are you going to click? No, it is automatically executed. Include is there, are you going to click? No, automatically executed. Redirect is there, are you going to click? No, it is automatically executed. But you are going to click here. You are going to click. Then next Sowlet executed. But how server knows this is clicked by BBB user? Are you entering username, password again and again? No. That means whenever you click on login button, it is most important topic in Sowlets. It is most important topic. Listen. Here, whenever you click on login button, username, password received by server, after receiving, until you log out, your username, password somewhere stored. Somewhere stored. When you here internally what is happening, you observe, very first time you will type username, password. Very first time you will type username, password. Some username AAA, some password AAA you entered. Request comes. Server will communicate with database. It will check the username, password exists or not. If exists, that mailbox loaded. Whenever mailbox is loaded, your username and password somewhere it is maintained. Your username maintained in server. And for this, one number also created. Example 101. This number passed to browser with mailbox. And in the browser also, here 101 is going to be stored. Same style, when for this user also, one ID created. That ID, for example, 102. While sending mailbox, 102 ID also passed, it is stored in browser memory. Same style, for this user also, one ID created. For example, 103. This user, 103 stored here. This is without asking your permission, one ID stored in browser memory in your browser. Whenever you enter username, password, then request comes to server. Server communicates with database. It will check in a database, given username, password exists or not. If exists, that mailbox loaded here, that mailbox for username, one ID created, this ID username somewhere stored in server. That ID passed to browser with mailbox. That ID stored in browser memory. Same style here also stored. Same style here also stored. Like this, ID stored in browser side, ID stored in server side. And whenever you click on spam hyperlink, with that hyperlink, this 102 passed automatically. When server receives spam request, 102 number also received. Then server will check 102 matched. Then server will understand this is clicked by B user. Like that, what server will do? It will send B spam box. This is internally going on. Internally it is happening. Just assume this concept is not there. For every page you need to enter username, password. What do you mean? Every request you have to enter username, password, every request, every page, username, password required. Now what is happening? Whenever you click on spam hyperlink, this 102 number passed. Request received by server. Spam request. 102 number received. 102 matched. Then server will understand this is clicked by B user. Then B spam box comes. Suppose this person clicked trash. Then trash request comes to server. With the trash request, 101 comes. Then 101 matched. Then server will understand this is clicked by AAA user. Then server will communicate with database to bring trash box of AAA. Then trash box passed. Suppose this person clicked logout. Then request comes here. Logout request. With that 103 comes. Then 103 matched. Then server will understand this person is going to log out. So it has to vanish. It is vanished. Then response comes. Here also vanished. And suppose this person forgot to log out. Suppose this is CyberCafe system. One more person will come and sit on that system. He'll type gmail.com. With that gmail.com request, 101 number also passed. Server will understand he is asking AAA user asking Gmail. Then what server will do? Directly AAA inbox it will send. Because already ID running. It doesn't know whether you are accessing, other person accessing, but that ID is running. Like that. That is the reason you need to log out. If you forget to log out, that browser contains that ID. Whenever you type gmail.com, yahoo.com, facebook.com with that request, that ID password, that ID mailbox comes again. That will be happen. Now, Whenever you click on login button, that ID is started. Whenever you click on logout hyperlink, that ID vanished. Log in to log out, it is called one session. That particular session purpose, one number created, that ID created, that is called session ID. So whenever you click on login until you click on logout, username, password somewhere stored. That is only session tracking mechanism. With that only server knows who is clicked. Whether AAA user clicked or BBB user clicked or CCC user clicked, it can understand. This concept is called session tracking mechanism. Session management also we can call. Whenever you click on login until you click on logout, that much time period is called one session. That much time period, your username, password stored. That is only called session tracking mechanism. So that is your learning. So whenever you click on login until you click on logout, some data maintained. That is only session tracking mechanism concept. So like this working internally. Just assume this concept is not there. Every page you have to enter username, password. Inbox comes. For opening spam box also username, password. For opening trash box also username, password. Every click username, password you have to type. Because of this session tracking mechanism, you are not typing username, password again and again. Okay. But how much time period session? It depends on your usage. Session means it is a time period between login and logout. Whenever you click on login button until you click on logout button, that much time period is called one session. That may be 1 minute, that may be 2 minutes, that may be 1 hour, that may be 2 hours, that may be 1 year, that may be 2 years also. Suppose for example, in your mobile, already you logged in. Are you going to log out? 365 days, 24 hours login only, no? Many people, they do not know how to log out also. Okay, that is happening, no? So login in a mobile, once if you log in, later suppose you may purchase other mobile, but in that mobile also already logged in. That will be there. You can manage your mail ID, how many places logged in. That is also you can check. Settings will be there. Your mail ID, how many devices it is logged in. That is also we can find out. Okay. Suppose you may purchase 2-3 mobiles also later. Like that mobile also, this mobile also, this mobile, many places already logged in. It is continuously logged in only. You can log out also. It is possible. Settings, options, many things will be there. So their session is 1 year also will be there, 2 years also will be there in a mobiles. In a internet, in a laptop or a desktop, what will be happen? Even if you forget to log out also, automatically session will be logged out. They are security purpose, they are setting, they are writing some code to time interval they are setting. Security purpose. You may forget to log out. Other person may use this your computer. Your mobile means 90% you will use. Maybe your family member they may use. That's it. But laptop, desktop, your laptop may be used by other people also. Your desktop also other people also use it. And in a cyber caves, many people also will use. That is the reason, security purpose, they'll set some time interval. Half an hour or 1 hour or 2 hours. Some websites 2 hours will be there. Some website 1 hour will be there. Some website half an hour will be there. If you don't use just half an hour, if you use after half an hour, automatically this will be vanished, this will be vanished. Automatically, even if you don't click log out also. Security purpose. Security purpose, it is automatically logged out. Some more application, more confidential data is there. If we click on browser back button also vanished. If we click on browser close button also vanished. Some more application, 1 minute, if you don't touch keyboard and mouse also vanished. Keyboard and mouse, if you don't touch 1 minute, it automatically vanished out. Suppose bank applications, income tax applications. At that time, more confidential data will be there. Your balance information will be there. Your accounts information will be there. Income about your income information will be there. These all more confidential data. No, that is the reason what they'll do. Even if you don't touch keyboard and mouse 1 minute, it is automatically logged out. Even yourself, you are browsing. If you don't touch off 1 minute also, it will be logged out. One message comes, your session has been expired. Again, type username, password. Like that, it will ask. Security purpose, they changed. Nowadays, if you close the browser window, also automatically vanished. No need to log out also. Once if you close the browser, it is automatically logged out. Day by day, they are updating. They are adding features to browser. That type also they written. So in CyberCafe also nowadays, if you forget also, nothing will happen. If you close the browser window, automatically vanish. But browser services are there. Settings will be there. Like that also. That is browser service also. Some browsers may not be logged out. You have to, until you press log out. That type also will be there. That is the reason always better to log out. Okay. After completion of your task, you have to log out is better. That too, Gmail, one type will be there. Facebook, one more type will be there. Different application, different types will be there. Some application, half an hour will be there. Some application, 2 hours will be there. Some application, 1 minute will be there. Some application, back button also like that. Different code they written. That is the reason always better to log out. Okay. Here, whenever you click on login button, until you click on logout button, that is called session. That much time period, username, password stored somewhere. That is called session tracking mechanism. Where we use session tracking, mail application also, chart application also, online shopping also, different places, different memory will maintain. Suppose online shopping, you'll open one online shopping website, you'll select one item, it will be added to cart. After half an hour, one more item will add, that will be added to cart. But until you pay money, that cart will maintain your data. No, that is also session tracking. That is also session tracking. Say here, online shopping in your mobile, 1 month also will add to cart. 1 month also still it will be there. You observe. Long back, whatever you added also, it will be there in the cart. Until you remove, it will be there in a cart. Like that also it is maintaining. That is also session tracking only. That is also session tracking mechanism. Say one item will select, one more item will select. Later, whenever you open payment page, whatever you selected, all will be retrieved. But somewhere data maintained, no? That is nothing but session tracking mechanism. That is session tracking. Okay. Now, you have seen yesterday. One server to another server, if you want to send requests. One server to another server, if you want to send requests. Is it possible forwarding? No. Is it possible redirecting? Yes. But in a redirecting, will it data comes? No. In that situation also, you can bring the data with this mechanism. That is also session tracking. That is also session tracking. Okay. Not only this application, suppose here, not only this mail application, this person will select item, it will be added to cart. This person will select the item, it will be added to cart. This person selected item, it is added to cart. Again, this person will select, it will be added to cart. But here 3 carts are there. But how server knows this item should be added here only, this item should be added here only, with that ID only. Whenever you select item, ID comes, that ID matched, added to this cart. Whenever you select here item, ID comes, with that it will be stored here. So your items in your cart only, other person item, other person cart only. All carts are in server also. How server knows this item selected by AAA user, this item selected by BBB user, that is also session tracking mechanism. Okay. This totally called session tracking mechanism. Different application, different data you will maintain. Okay. Now write it. A session tracking is a mechanism that Soulets use to maintain client state information A session tracking is a mechanism that Soulets use to maintain client state information about a series of requests. From the same user A session tracking is a mechanism that Soulets use to maintain client state information about a series of requests from the same user across some time period. A session tracking is a mechanism that Soulets use to maintain client state information about a series of requests from the same user across some time period. Say, it is nothing but one mechanism. Who will use? Soulets will use. What purpose? To maintain client state information. Client state information means, say, one item will select, it is added. One more item it is select. But how server know this is a second request or third request? With this mechanism only it knows. That's what? About a series of requests from the same user. How much time period? That is some time period. Exact time period will not be there. You can set. Okay. Here, client state information can be a username, comma, password. Your client state information can be a username, password, examination ID, shopping items, account number, policy number, dash dash, etc. Depends upon application, data will be different. Some applications username password required, some application examination ID required, some application shopping items, some application account number, some application policy number, insurance company application policy number, bank application account number, and exam online exam application exam ID. Like this, different application, different data maintained. That is session tracking mechanism. Your client state information can be a username, password, examination ID, shopping items, account number, policy number, dash dash, etc. Say, suppose online exam, if you take online exam, suppose online exam, total 40 questions are there. 40 questions are there. First question, you give an answer. Second question, you give an answer. Third question, you give an answer. Like that, 39 questions, you give an answer. Still one more question is there. Maybe some problem in your network, or maybe online exam. Maybe some problem in network, or maybe some problem in your system hard disk, or maybe your operating system problem, or maybe power failure, or maybe battery low, like some problem occurred in your system. But already 39 questions you given right answers. Last question is there. But exam, only one question left. But you given everything right answers. But nothing will happen. That is client side problem may be occurred. Server side will never occur. No? Your data maintained in server. Whenever you, again, your problem is solved. Open mailbox. That ID they'll enter. They'll send to your mail ID. You click on that. It will be your session started again. Your session continued. So no need to write exam from the first question again. 39 question you given right answer. Last question only left. Nothing will happen. Before examination, you will give your mail ID. No, they'll send session ID to your mail ID. Then open your mailbox, that session ID, click. Then your 39 to 40 questions started continuation. Nothing will happen. That is also session tracking mechanism. So that ID will be there. With that ID, you can maintain. So your client state information about a client, some information maintained. That is only session data. Data different type. Some application username password required. Some application examination ID required. Some application shopping items. Some application account number. Some application policy number. Some application some other data. Concept is same. Whenever you click on login until you log out, some data maintained. That is only session tracking. Here session is a time period between login and logout. Your session is a time period between login and logout. See, first of all, what is session? Session is a time period between login and logout. That time period may be 1 minute also, 2 minutes also, 1 hour also, 2 hours also, 1 day also, 2 days also, 1 month also, 1 year also. We cannot predict. Some time period. That much time period about your system, some data maintained. Either username, password, or shopping items, or bank account number, or policy number, some data maintained. That mechanism is called session tracking mechanism. That mechanism is called session tracking mechanism. Okay. Here, session is a time period between login and logout. This session tracking is also called session management also. Next. Session tracking is also called as session management. See, session tracking is also called session management. See, online exam application, online shopping application, suppose from this system, one item will send. It will be stored here. From this client system, one item will be, you'll send. It will be stored here. But whenever second request comes, very first time you will enter username, password. But second request comes, you are not typing username, password. But how server know this item is selected by this computer, this client with ID? So very first time whenever you add item, one ID created for this card. One ID created. Here also one ID created. That ID passed to browser and here also stored ID. That ID not only 101, 102, that ID will be alphanumeric 30 to 40 letters will be there. 30 to 40 letters. In that digits will be there, alphabets will be there, special symbol all mixed. Okay. That is unique ID will be there. Even anybody copy that ID also nothing will happen. That much time period for that browser only works. Even if they copy that ID, if they start in other browser, it doesn't work. That ID unique. Until you log out only it will work. After that vanished automatically. That ID if you copy from other browser, if you enter also it doesn't work. Okay. Here, whenever you select second item, this ID comes. With that ID, server will understand this is an item selected by AAA user. It will add here. But why this mechanism? Actually, who is sending this request, who is sending response is HTTP protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol, sending request, receiving response. That protocol is, it doesn't maintain the state. It is stateless protocol. That's what this mechanism required. If stateful protocol is there, it is possible. Stateful protocol is there, this mechanism is not required. Your protocol only will maintain. But HTTP protocol is stateless protocol. It doesn't maintain state. But stateful protocols, other protocols are there. FTP, Telnet, other protocols are there. Those are stateful protocols. But stateful protocol problem is, what will be happen whenever you open online shopping application, until you close this application, other website you cannot visit, and until you get a response, you cannot send one more request. That type of problems will be there. That is the reason HTTP protocol stateless. Now, you can open 10 websites also now at a time. You can work with online shopping also. At the same time, you can open Gmail box also. You can open online games also. You can play games also. Many things you can do. Multiple applications you can open. Possible, no? Because of this one only. Stateless. But stateful is there. Client and server dedicated requests. Until you log out, you cannot do other actions. In that site only, in that operations only you can perform. That type of problems will be there. That is the reason this mechanism we have to write with coding. If it is already protocol is stateful, no need to write code. But protocol is stateful, there is a problem. Client and server always tightly dedicated. And whenever you send requests, until you get a response, you cannot send one more request also. That type of problems will be there. And also, you cannot perform other operations. With that particular site only you have to communicate. That type of problems will be there. That is the reason this mechanism required. Write it. Session management is required in Sowlets because HTTP protocol is a stateless protocol. Session management is required in Sowlets because HTTP protocol is a stateless protocol and it does not maintain session. And it does not maintain state. Session management is required in Sowlets because HTTP protocol is a stateless protocol and doesn't maintain the state. Session management is required in Sowlets because HTTP protocol is a stateless protocol and it does not maintain state. So state nothing but status. About client, some status, information, some information. Client state, about client. Because worldwide crores of clients will be there. But crores of people doing online shopping. But your data should maintain, no? How to maintain? This with session tracking required. Because this protocol doesn't maintain state. It doesn't know. Every request, it will be treated a new request only. Because it is stateless protocol. It doesn't maintain state. When first request comes, received, response it will send. When second request comes, server doesn't know this is second request or first request. Only request received, for that it will respond. That's it. It is, suppose I'll ask one question, you will give answer. This is request response type. Later if I ask second question also, that is second question to you or third question to you, it doesn't remember like. Because server is communicating with crores of clients. And that protocol, if it is stateful protocol is there, these many clients cannot understand, cannot maintain. See, for example, I'm teaching morning to evening, five batches. 5 batches I'm teaching. Each batch minimum 200, 300 are there. Okay. All people, I cannot remember, no? Can I remember? Okay. So like that. But you can remember me. But I cannot remember you. But all people I cannot identify, no? Daily those are giving answers. I can remember them. Those are doing disturbance. Those people I can remember. Okay. Like that. So, but all people I cannot remember, no? Like server also, server will communicate with crores of clients. Server cannot understand, but client knows server is sending request to Gmail. That is Gmail server, like that. But server will receive from lakhs of clients, crores of clients, like that. That's what this mechanism important. Worldwide, for every server, crores of requests coming. Okay, how server can recognize either it is old client or new client or second request or third request, it doesn't know. That is the reason this mechanism important. With this mechanism, server can recognize. Okay. So session management is required in Servlets because HTTP protocol is stateless protocol. It does not maintain state. This protocol is stateful. Programmer no need to write one line code also. But if this protocol is stateful, dedication required. Client and server, that dedication. That client server can communicate with that particular client only until completion of the task. Other client cannot serve. That will be happen. Okay. That server always dedicated to that client only. That type of problem comes. Other client until finishing of the task, another client cannot use. That type problems. That is the reason this mechanism required. Server can serve to crores of clients also. Okay. So with your coding, it is maintaining. With your coding, that is only your learning. Now, this is session tracking. Next, write it. There are 4 session tracking methods. There are 4 session tracking methods. First one, cookies. Second one, URL rewriting. Third one, HTTP sessions. Fourth one, hidden form fields. First one, cookies. Second one, URL rewriting. Third one, HTTP sessions. Fourth one, hidden form fields. There are 4 session tracking methods. First one, cookies. Second one, URL rewriting. Third one, HTTP sessions. Fourth one, hidden form fields. So, to maintain client state information, nothing but either username, password, or online shopping items, or examination ID, policy number, account number, ATM card number, credit card number, debit card number, whatever it may be. Client state information. About client, some information. About client, some information required to server. Until you log out. That information to maintaining purpose, this mechanism required. This mechanism required. Now, there are 4 session tracking methods. Cookies, URL reading, HTTP session, hidden form fields. So 4 different session tracking methods are there. And each session tracking method, one program I'll explain. After that, you'll understand why these many session tracking methods. And when we have to use cookies, when we have to use URL reading, when we have to use HTTP session, when we have to use hidden form field, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, these all later you'll see. First, I'll explain. Cookies I'll explain. Next, URL reading I'll explain. Then I'll compare these two. Next, I'll explain this one. Then I'll compare with these 3. Like that I'll cover. Okay. First of all, cookies. No. A cookie is a piece of information stored at client side to maintain client state information. A cookie is a piece of information stored at client side to maintain client state information. A cookie is a piece of information stored at client side to maintain client state information. A cookie is a piece of information stored at client side to maintain client state information. Say 4 different session tracking methods are there. 4 different places data maintained. Maintaining different. Say cookie, it is stored at client side only. It doesn't maintain at server side. Say example, your mobile online shopping. Online shopping always maximum times they'll use cookies only. What they'll do is your request passed to server application executed, then data stored in browser memory, because this is stored at client side. Stored at client side, nothing but browser. A cookie is a piece of information stored at client side to maintain client state information. Your shopping items in your system only stored. Your shopping items in your system only stored. Other person shopping item in other person system only stored. Like that. It is possible to store server also. I'll show you both. I'll show you what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, everything I'll compare. First, cookie nothing but in client computer only stored. Say, I am sending a request to server. Server side program executed. That program will store the data in our system only. You observe how much powerful application. Program is running in server. That server will store the data in client computer. So, if I open Amazon website, if I select item, Amazon server in US, when you click request password to US, USA server program executed, the data stored in Hyderabad system. You observe like that. That type coding already present. So, your items in your system only stored if it is cookie. So here 4 different types of session tracking methods. What is the difference? What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? Why these many mechanisms? And when we have to use this one, when we have to use this one, when we have to use this one, all I'll explain. Okay. Here total 5 programs, 5-6 programs you are going to see. 5-6 programs. Okay. Say it is cookie. A cookie is a piece of information stored at client side to maintain client state information. Cookie nothing but some data. It is stored in client computer. Then it is called cookie. Now, one example, online shopping type I'll give. Say, here. Suppose Java books. Here, any one category of items. Any one category of items or mobiles or laptops, something. Okay. Now I'm writing Java books. Here, some check boxes I'll write. Java to complete reference. Head first Java. SCJP by Kathy Sira. It is one submit button. Here books.html, one page, HTML page. Here one solid. When you click on submit button, one solid executed. Suppose this solid name set cookie.java. What are the books you selected? Suppose I selected Java 2 complete reference. I selected SCJP by Kathy Sira. 2 books I selected. Web server. It is web client. It is web client. See, from client system, you will send the request to this books.html. Then books.html page comes to client. That request is called HTTP request. Response. HTTP response. These items are stored in browser memory. Whenever you select the items are stored in browser memory. It is stored in browser memory. These are called cookies. After that, one message. Your books are added to cart. After that, one more hyperlink. Next, one more category of items, either laptops or mobiles, like that. Again, you will select. Again, your items are added to cart. Again, next. Again, your items are added to cart. At last, you'll open payment page. When you click next hyperlink, it is another program. Get cookie.java. Here, what are the item you selected? Selected items. Selected items or selected books. You can write. You can bring the books from client. You can display. Whatever you selected, those books we have to display. This is our task. Write this one. Books are stored in client computer. Books are stored in client computer. That is called cookie. That is called cookie. Say from client system, first we'll send the request to books.html. This program executed in browser. It comes to browser executed. You'll select some books. You'll click on submit button. Then set cookie solid executed. These books are stored in client computer. Your books are added to cart message. Next hyperlink. Selected books. You can retrieve. For this program, if you want to apply payment gateway related concepts, then you require web services, RESTful services, that the subject. With advanced Java, not possible. Okay. That is after advanced Java, you are going to learn Java EE. Okay. In that web services, RESTful services concept is, with that possible. Same like a online payment gateways. You can add. Because this is just advanced Java real-time part started with this topic. It is starting only. So many topics are there after that. In a J2EE, so many topics are there. Now here JDBC, Solid, JSP, that's it. But after advanced Java, so many topics. JTA, JMS, JAS, Java Mail, JAXP, DOM, SAX, XSLT. So many topics are there. Okay. In Spring framework only, all you will learn. Spring Enterprise, Spring Core, Spring MVC, that type. At that time, you will learn all. Service programs will be there. Java transaction service, Java messaging service, Java and authorization and security service, and Java mail service. Many concepts will be there. Is it over? This program, if you want to write this program, this is HTML. I did nothing. First receiving selected books, that is possible. But how to add to client system? For that, separate library required. How to retrieve from client system? Library required. Now, that is I'll give. Cookie class is there. Right is all. jakarta.soulet.hdp package which contains cookie class in that constructor methods. These are cookie class methods. Cookie class methods. Over. Note. By default, cookies are vanished whenever browser window is closed. By default, cookies are vanished whenever browser window is closed. By default, cookies are vanished whenever browser window is closed. By default, cookies are vanished whenever browser window is closed. So whenever you close the browser, by default it is vanished. If you want to set the time interval, set max age method is there. With that we can set. Now 1 day also, 2 days also, 5 days also you can write. But time in seconds format only you have to calculate. Suppose 2 days you want to maintain. 2 into 24 into 60 into 60 if you write, it works. But only 2 if you write, 2 days it will not work. 2 seconds it will work. Okay. Set max age, which parameter is integer. Time related, further any place, integer is there, seconds. Long is there, milliseconds. But only milliseconds, seconds, that type only they given. Okay. Parameter is long is there, milliseconds. Parameter integer is there, seconds. And if you want minutes, days, or you have to calculate. Okay. See, you studied in the multi-threading in core Java. Sleep method. Sleep method time. What is a parameter? Integer or long? Long. That is milliseconds. But integer here, seconds. Long is there, millisecond. Integer is there, seconds. Okay. By default, cookies are vanished whenever browser window is closed. If you want to set the time interval, use set max age method. Okay. And also here, first of all, these books will receive. Whatever you selected will receive. For receiving these all, how to receive from HTML? Which method? Get parameter. Get parameter method you have to call. You will get the parameter value. What you have to do here? You have to create cookie class object. Name you have to pass. Value you have to pass. Cookie created. By default vanished whenever browser window is closed. If you want set time interval, set the time interval. And after setting, if you want to get, you can get the time interval. Name of the cookie, value of the cookie, we can retrieve. Set value. If you want to change the value, then use set value method. But after that, this is you have to add to client system. It is server to browser. Server to browser is called request or response. Server to browser is response. These many programs over, it is request or response, you are not identifying. Server to browser, response. So in the response method is there. Say Java P jakarta.saulet.hdp. HDP Saulet response. Write this one. It is used to add a cookie to a client system. It is used to add a cookie to a client system. A client system. It is used to add a cookie to a client system. So after creating cookie object, that is you have to pass as a parameter to add cookie method. It will be added to client. HTTP Saulet response reference dot add cookie. Then add it. Is it over? After this, these all cookies we have to retrieve. Server, client to server. Client to server is request. HTTP Servlet request. One item will add to cookie, but later all cookies can be retrieved at a time. That's what here return type array will be there. Write this one. It is used to retrieve all cookies from client system. Whatever I explained example to understand session tracking, that is third session tracking method, HTTP sessions. In this case, ID not created because your items in your cart only will be there. Your items in your computer only will be there. ID is not required. It is used to retrieve all cookies from client system. So get cookies, you'll get a cookie array. After getting cookie array, one cookie can be retrieved. With that methods you can call get name, get value, get name, get value. You can call, you'll get it all names and values. Okay. With HTTP Servlet request, you can call this method. You'll get all cookies. Is it completed? See. Now three programs we have to write. One HTML, two servlets. One HTML, two servlets. So first this HTML program we'll see today. See. File, new, HTML. Sorry, first dynamic web project. Cookies. See, project name, cookies. Next, generate XML, finish. Right click, new, HTML. Books.html. Java books. Form tag required. Input type equal to checkbox. Input type equal to checkbox. Checkbox created. See, this is our task. 3 checkboxes. Input type equal to checkbox created. But this book name and value we have to write, because you are not going to type here. If it is text box, password box, you are typing, but you are going to select the checkbox. That's what. Not only name, value also we have to write here only. Name, suppose book 1. Value, Java 2 complete reference. If you want to give a space like this, if you want to give a space, double quotes required. Otherwise, it will take only Java. Okay. If you don't want to write double quotes, don't give space. Okay. This is what is this? Request parameter name. This is request parameter value. After that, label. This is label. It is displayed in browser. It is not displayed. It is for servlet purpose. Line break. Input type equal to checkbox. Name equal to book 2. Value equal to head first Java. Value equal to SCJP by Kathy Sira. Input type equal to submit. Input type equal to reset. Is it confidential data? Is it confidential? No. So method equal to get, you can continue. Action equal to Solid. Which Solid? Set cookie. That URL pattern. Suppose set. It is URL pattern of set cookie Solid. This book 1, book 2, book 3 request parameter names. These 3 request parameter values. These 3 labels. Up to here, if I execute, see that output. Books.html. This is like you can select the books. You can click submit. Then set. Okay. Like this. Write this program. Books.html. Is it completed? This is HTML program. Actual concepts, Saulets. That is, we'll see tomorrow.